The people whom we surround ourselves with influence our thoughts, behavior, and progress in life and self-development tremendously. Are you aware of that? So it's so important to take a look at the people whom we actually associate with and we call friends or family. And if those people, even with good intentions, they are not contributing to the elevation of our own being, and for the most part, some even, they hinder it, okay? So I have decided years ago that the people whom I'm going to surround myself with, they have to have the same resonance, same energy frequency, same type of mindset, and in fact, I try to gravitate towards people, either knowingly or unknowingly, from that side, that they are better than me in terms of how they think. They have a stronger mindset. They have the better kind of an internal compass that I can learn from, right? Like if you have ever played any type of a game, that doesn't matter what it is, like a perfect example of it, if you're a hockey player or a soccer player or a chess player or a volleyball player, it doesn't matter. But if you play against a good opponent, you get better, you get stretched, you get challenged, right? And the brain loves that, because they just, especially if you're very competitive within yourself, right? You want to be better. So when you are looking at another person who's dribbling really nicely, and you are actually passionate about that, you're amazed, like, oh, I want to do that. I want to try to see if I can do that, because I've never done it before. That's a great move. Or this is the way the person thinks in terms of chess move. Oh, okay, that's an amazing move. I've never thought of that before. So when you are with another person who's at your or higher level of thought process, or some type of a habit that is like a mindset or even exercise, or doesn't really matter, body, mind, and soul, it will elevate your game, okay? So it's so important that we take stock of our friends and people around us. And if it turns out that those who are near and dear to us, they are not contributing to our betterment, and vice versa. So a perfect example of it, sorry, I have to make sure that we are clear on this, and vice versa. By the way, you come across people, friends, that you realize that you show up in the worst version of yourself. I don't know if you noticed that. I noticed that whenever I'm with that person, it's like, that's not who I am. Why am I acting like that? So that's another telltale sign that no, that's a bad idea, right? So this is not working. The frequency is not there. The resonance is not there. So my journey is, and the way I see it, and the way that the neurobiology and neuroscience and psychology have explained it, and I learned it through, my own independent research and counseling, is that whenever we surround ourselves with the like-minded people, we elevate, we become better, we strive for better. It becomes easier even. It doesn't feel like a chore, right? And when you are going to when you are starting an exercise program, if you do it alone, it's good because you have a self-discipline. But if you're doing it with another person that is the same like-minded growth potential and mindset and goal, well, it becomes easier. All of a sudden, an hour of workout goes just like that. Like, for example, when I work out with my brother, like, it's just night and day. Like, it's 1,000% better than if I work out on my own. Why? Because he pushes me and I push him, right? I mean, the last time we did that was years ago. I missed that. I truly missed that, about you being with him. in terms of exercise and working out with him. But all the examples are like that. Many examples are like that. So over and over again. So we need to really pay attention to that. And when it comes to the friends and family, and this is the harsh truth, we need to make sure that our energy is not wasted, and our virtues we don't challenge, and we have to make sure that we stay true to our own authentic self and our own virtues. The moment we compromise our own virtues, that's the moment that officially we are not growing. We are actually diminishing, okay? So if you are amongst people that they talk bad behind everybody else, they do a lot of backbiting. And by the way, I'm talking about even friends. Sometimes and all of us have those friends, right? That there are a certain number of people that they love talking bad behind things, or they see the world negatively, they always complain or whatever it is, right? And then you realize that everybody else is contributing negatively to that conversation. And then before you know it, you're doing it yourself, right? I'm doing it myself. And then you finish that conversation, you do a reflection, say, oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. So it's good that I realized it, but then the flip side is that I compromise my virtues because I'm not that type of a person. I don't backbite around people, behind people's back, right? I'm a positive person. So why? And I will do whatever now I can to remove myself the moment I become aware, right? And oftentimes it may take me 2, 3, 4 minutes, or even right away, that I know that if I go meet that person, that friend, that I really I care for that person. I have a huge empathy for that person, the struggles they go through, and try to help out as much as I can. But there is a limit. So I do an hour maximum. Go for a walk for an hour. That's it, right? And then I do maybe a phone call, or maybe I realize that today maybe that person is really negative, and whatever I say is not resonating with him or her. I'm like, okay, I'll let that person be, right? But the ultimate task is the removal task. That means that I rather be alone, because my energy, my time is precious, and I want to surround myself with like-minded people that they are on the same self-development path as myself and more, and I want to become a better version of myself tomorrow than I am today, and so forth and so on. So anything that is going to elevate that, I will gravitate towards, and anything that's going to hinder that, I'm going to remove myself from. And simple as that. And I suggest we all do this, because it's the only way. And by the way, psychology study on this is actually irrefutable, that if you surround yourself with like-minded people, you elevate, and then vice versa, right? I mean, the peer pressure when you're younger and even when you get older is tremendous power influence on our behavior, right? So it's really important. If you're, for example, if you're if you have certain habits, for example, smoking, and you want to quit, the last thing you want to do be around smokers, right? And you know this, and I know this, and everybody does that, right? I mean, now the science is backing it up, but we knew this from before, from like 100 years ago, really, right? So, because being amongst like-minded people not only energizes us, but gives us this view of the world, that this world is really an awesome world, that it's not just me looking at this world as glass half full. There are many people, more people that are into that, becoming a better version of themselves than not, right? And I love that. That gives me energy. It's the same way that when I go to the gym, I love working out at the gym in the city than at home, even though I work out at home sometimes. But the reason I work out at the gym at a certain time is that it feels that I belong to a tribe. I walk in, and you know what? I don't know any of their names, But when I show up at like whenever, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or whenever is my time, and I see the same type of people, we just shake head and saying hello and acknowledging that we are here, right? That gives me encouragement to work out and put that hour in. And I see young to old, always, male or female, doesn't matter, right? And it's just amazing, and it gives you energy. And that is the the, the, the affirmation that we need subconsciously, and psychology is there to tell us that is true. That's how it is. That is a fantastic way of doing it. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope you reflect on that, and really take a stock of your friendship, your friends around, and family, people that are around you, and those who elevate, who are part of your resonance, great. And those who are not, maybe you want to have the space for them, but balance in a very balanced way, so that you are not getting sucked down and basically losing your own energy. And at the end of the day, it's all about, first, we need to be aware on our own, right? So if we cannot help others, but we can help ourselves. And if we show up and it turns out that the other person is not resonating with our views or our thoughts or our vision of the world, well, the best thing to do, we can remove ourselves. That's the best thing we can do, okay? And have compassion for them and just leave. All right, have a fantastic day. Love to hear from you. Leave thoughts, comments below. Doesn't matter you agree with me or you don't agree with me. I love to hear it. I appreciate all the thoughts, all the views. Be well. Thank you for watching. Until next time.